Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be talking about the top 10 books that I want to read this year. Okay, so I'm just going to dive right into it. Yeah, I haven't been on BookTube in a long time, but I'm super excited to get back. So first, the book I want to read this year is Kristin Hannah's The Nightingale. This is a very popular book. It takes place during World War II. It's about two sisters, I want to say, during the war, and it's supposed to be a hard-hitting book. Yeah, I love Kristin Hannah. I've only read one other book from her, but I loved it, and I really want to discover more of her works this year. Okay, sticking with the theme of World War II, I really want to get into The Huntress by Kate Quinn. This is another author that I really want to discover this year. I've heard a lot of good things about her. This book in particular is about spies and women spies. I was really intrigued by that. I had never heard of like women spies during the war. So yeah, this is something that I've heard a lot about recently. I know this is not a new book per se, but it is a book that has been circulating around Bookstagram lately, and I really want to pick this up sooner rather than later. Okay, the last book in the World War theme that I want to read this year is The Lost Girls of Paris by Pam Jenoff. I really don't know what this book is about. I know that it starts off in Manhattan and then somehow they end up in Paris or London. I think the flap said London, but I'm not sure. Anyway, okay, next, a book that I really want to get to this year is Kate Morton's The Clockmaker's Daughter. Kate Morton is one of my favorite authors. She has such a beautiful writing style, and all of her books have a mystery element, and they all are historical fiction, which are two of my favorite elements. And not only that, there's a clock on it, and it seems to have like a clock theme, which is another one of my favorite elements. Anything with like clocks and keys, and that's historical, and that is a mystery. Oh man, my favorite. So yeah, I'm really excited to pick this one up. I don't know what this book is about. Again, I don't, but I trust Kate Morton has written a beautiful story for me. Okay, the next one is a book that I'm really excited about, and that is Ruth Ware's The Turn of the Key. Now, Ruth Ware is one of my favorite authors, not because she necessarily has a beautiful writing style or, you know, a mind-blowing plot twist, but she's a sentimental author, and my husband and I would listen to her audio back when we first got married, whenever we'd go on a road trip. And since then, I love Ruth Ware, and I've read all of her books except for this one and another one that I have on my shelf. But this is one I really want to get into. I've heard really good things. Yeah, it's about a nanny who gets hired for a family, and it's like a live-in position, and so it's kind of like the position is like too good to be true, and so she goes to the family, and it's not what she seems. And it's a thriller, so I'm really excited about this. Yeah, I really want to get to it. Okay, next I want to talk about some contemporaries. I only have two. The first one is Fredrik Backman's A Man Called Ove? I don't know how to say his name. But Fredrik Backman is one of those authors that I've been really hesitant. My daughter's here. It's one of those authors that I've been really hesitant to try, just because I know he's so beloved. And it makes me nervous. So yeah, I've been putting off reading this book. I've had it for a really long time, and I've been putting off reading it, but this is the year that I'm gonna read it, and hopefully if I like it, I wanna dip my toes into other works of his, because I know that he has really beloved books. So yeah, this is about like a grumpy old man. You can see him on the cover. A grumpy old man and his neighbors that are not really grumpy. They're actually pretty quirky and, you know, lively. And yeah, it's just their dynamic with each other. And so yeah, I'm excited about the story, but I'm hesitant. It's kind of like, oh, I want to like you, but oh, don't hurt me. But anyway, yeah, so I'm really excited to read this one, actually. Okay, another contemporary that I want to read this year is The Cactus by Sarah Haywood. This book has been compared to Eleanor Oliphant, which was one of my favorite books of 2018. And so I know that it has to do with, I know the main character's pregnant, I want to say, but she's single, and there's like a love interest, and she doesn't have the nicest character because is she the cactus or is he the cactus? I'm not sure. Anyway, my sister-in-law said she loved it, so I'm excited. It's a pretty cover. I hope that it's just not the cover that's pretty, but the inside, But yeah, this is another contemporary. Okay, next I have 3 fantasies. So first I want to start off with a middle grade. This is Wondersmith. This is the 2nd book of the Nevermore series by Jessica Townsend. I read Nevermore in December. I loved it. I don't know why it took me so long to read it. Kind of like kicking myself for that. But yeah, I know her 3rd book just came out, so I don't know how my book buying ban will manage that. But anyway, I love this series. It is so cute. It's so heartwarming. I wish I had read this when I was a kid. I think I'm gonna save this for middle grade March. That is, if you don't know what middle grade March is, it is a kind of like a readathon for the month of March that you just read middle grade. So I think I'm gonna save that for this. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I have another fantasy, and that is Nevernight by Jay Kristoff. This is one of those books that it's like, why haven't I read it yet? That is why it's on this list, because I have not read it. I started reading it. I'm on page 120, I want to say. Yeah, I'm on page 120, and it's like, why did I put it down? Like, I don't know. It's one of those books, it's right up my alley. It has to do with an assassin, and it's like an assassin school. The cover is really intriguing, and I put it down. I really want to read it. I really want to get into the hype, and I really hope I get to it in 2020. Okay, and the last book I have in this list is a new release, and that is The Starless Sea by Erin Morgenstern. Now, this author, she wrote The Night Circus, and I'm sure everyone has heard of that book. It is such a beautiful story. She writes fantasy, but it's not like fantasy. It's more like a magical realism, but not so much realism. I don't know how to describe her works, but I love her writing. I love it. It reads like a fairy tale, and everyone has said this book is so beautifully written. I am really excited to pick this one up in 2020. Okay, so that is all of the books that I really hope to read in 2020. I did not really have a reason for compiling this list. They're just books that I really wanted to get to, books that have been on my shelf for a long time, or new authors that I wanted to discover. And so yeah, I'm really pleased with the list I have. Let me know what you really want to get to this year. And yeah, so I hope you enjoyed the video. Again, follow me on Instagram. I'll have it linked down below, and we'll see you in the next video.